Oh, we're live.
Yes. You see comments, right? Or
yes,
no?
I see the comments now.
Yay!
Hi, Brittany.
That's one of my friends from Florida. Is
cool.
My friend Brittany. Hi guys, you guys are watching the Mac and Cheese podcast. I'm your host Mary, and the special guest will be Brandon Perna from That's Good Sports. If you want to follow him there, please do. His Twitter or X name will be in the bio like it is now, and his YouTube. I also tagged your YouTube in the bio as well. So hopefully we can get those subscribers for you today. Yeah, so we will be discussing the Denver Broncos. You are a Denver Broncos fan.
I am a known Broncos fan.
And the NFL draft, which is coming up. Like I told Perna, I will actually be there all 3 days. I'm excited for that.
That should be fun.
Can you please let our amazing fans know where they can follow you?
YouTube. That's Good Sports. That's the only one I actually care about.
Wait, really?
Yes. Twitter's fine, Instagram's fine, but just That's Good Sports on YouTube. That's all that matters.
That's amazing.
That's all that matters.
That's amazing. Also, guys, underneath the StreamYard link, this is a little bit different, Brandon. And actually, I didn't tell you about this. I'm so sorry. I'm a member of the My Autism group in Florida, and I actually have the donation link. If you guys want to donate, please donate. It's much appreciated. And so we actually have one of my moderators, Brandon, in chat right now. She says, "Hi, Brandon. Thank you for coming on the podcast."
Hi,
She's
Cassie.
from Milwaukee. She's from Milwaukee too, which is
okay.
Funny.
I'm surrounded by Packers fans, is what you're saying.
Yeah, because Brittany's also a Packer fan. So, yeah.
The Mac and Cheese podcast. It's all coming together.
I mean, did you not see the cheese head on the thumbnail that I did? Just saying.
That should have been the first sign. That should have been the first sign I was going to have to talk to another Packers fan.
We're not bad.
No, you're not. You're really not. You're not. I just get a lot of Packers, you know?
Right, because of Tom.
Yeah. Can I talk to like a Jaguars fan or like a Texans fan or a Cardinals fan?
So,
I just need a different perspective on the world.
No, you don't. No, it's funny that you mentioned Cardinals because we have a lot of jokes with the Cardinals in chat right now.
Oh, do you? Nice.
It's like inside jokes because basically I wanted Elijah Jones. So that's like hurting my dreams because he was drafted right before the Packers pick.
Oh. They snaked you.
Cassie said, "Are we sure those fans exist?" Cassie, yikes.
You can find them. The Cardinals fans are out there. They're quiet.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, one of my best friends is a Jaguars fan, actually.
Oh, cool.
And then, hello, Brandon. Thank you for coming to chat with us. See, they love you already. I love it.
We're doing great, guys. We're doing great.
And do you want to say how you're connected with Tom Grossi a little bit? If people are wondering who that is.
Tom and I met through a secret society that only people who talk about football on YouTube know. It's a very exclusive club. I was the president of it, and then Tom had me ousted, and now I'm just the court jester, but I'm happy to still be part of the secret football society. Tom and I just met by doing this, you know. He started his podcast, and we just talked on the phone. He recorded it on the phone the first time we talked, so it was just me talking to him on the Packcast about Packers and Broncos years ago, and we kind of just kept in contact, and then decided clickbait started with all of us, and then Tom and I were talking about doing a show, and then we just got cooking on that.
Okay. So Tree told us a different version of that story about how clickbait started, actually, which is interesting. Okay.
Well, I mean, clickbait started. Did we start clickbait before GPS?
That's what I was wondering, because Tree said you guys started GPS and then clickbait. So that's what I was wondering.
I feel like they were right around the same time. I can't remember. Tom and I were going to start GPS in 2020.
Okay.
But my wife had our first child in August of that year, and I got scared of trying to do a new show, committing to doing it 3 days a week while learning how to be a new dad, and so I chickened out. And so we basically postponed it for a year.
Yes.
And then in that time, I think maybe the idea for I think we started at the same time, but I could be wrong.
That's good to know.
Tree could be wrong. None of us remember anything. It's like when you do hundreds of episodes of those, they all just bleed together.
No, I know what you mean, because right now this is going to be like episode 94 of the podcast.
Yeah. See? So like, what'd you do 63 episodes ago? You don't know.
Yeah, actually, it's probably Tree now that I say that, because we've had Tree on like 3 times. So
very cool.
And it's funny because you and Tree were up together on my DMs. That's why I screenshotted that. I'm like, how coincidence is that? Like, you guys are on top of each other in my DMs. Okay. So I asked my fans for questions. This is how we usually do it. Hey, they're Broncos questions. Some of them.
Oh, God. I hope I'm prepared.
I mean, this one's written by Cassie and Justin. So you can't.
I'm ready.
But okay, fine.
I'm ready.
After a promising rookie season from Bo Nix, looks like he can have a long future in Denver. What are your expectations for him in year 2?
Win a playoff game. We got to the playoffs. Now it's win a playoff game. You know, he goes into this season with a year in Sean Payton's offense.
Right.
We'll see what this draft does. I think they're going to add, you know, a running back and a wide receiver in this draft class. They've had the most visits with those 2 position groups. Mm-hmm. If the Broncos' run game can improve, it's going to help their offense, I think, so much. It'll take some pressure off of Bo Nix. Mm-hmm. You never know how a quarterback's going to play in his sophomore season. We saw like a lot of things for CJ Stroud not work out quite as well. His protection wasn't as good. There were injuries to the receivers in Houston. Mm-hmm. So he declined a little bit. I think people are going to freak out if Bo Nix does decline. I think there's going to be a lot of people talking trash if he does. I'm not going to freak out if that happens. It's part of the process. But I think he'll be better. He was very good at not taking sacks as a rookie. He was doing some of the hard things really well. And like what we saw earlier is, you know, missed passes, missed opportunities, and then later dropped passes, you know, big plays by, you know, some of the younger players on the team. Troy Franklin comes to mind. He had a few big drops. They played together at Oregon. So hopefully that gels. But I think Bo's going to do well. And I think if we see him take a step forward, it's going to be an incredibly positive sign, I think, for his entire career. Right.
So, okay. So in your charity live stream with Tom, the one that he raised $1 million in 7 days, you started a debate in his chat saying Bo Nix is better than Jordan Love. What's that about?
Oh, he's going to be so much better than Jordan Love. Jordan Love's going in the wrong direction. He declined in his second year. Also struggled with injuries.
Yeah.
I was probably just trying to talk trash to you guys, trying to rile you up.
Well, it worked. I can tell you that.
And Love's another good example of, you know, second year, a lot of things didn't go right for the Packers offense. And they were still good. You know, there's still a lot of positives there. But he tried to come back from that knee injury too quickly, in my opinion.
Okay.
And when you do that, other things get aggravated, right? That'll slow you down. I think Jordan Love has some insane athletic skills, and we watched that when he, you know, debuted that season. He made some insane throws. He was really impressive. I'm rooting for Jordan Love because I also think he's a good dude. Like everything I've watched about him, he's very likable. I think he gets it. So, you know, stays healthy. I'll be curious to see who has a better season next year, Bo Nix or Jordan Love. I think they'll be similar in terms of numbers and production.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Packers got Josh Jacobs from Raiders. Were you expecting that move last season or no?
You can never expect anything with the Raiders.
True.
They top themselves every year on stupidity. I think the Raiders are actually in a good spot now. We were talking about this last night in our Patreon hangout, but it feels like they've got some adults in the room, you know, running the team. I thought letting Josh Jacobs go was great because I didn't want him in the division anymore. He had a down season.
Right.
The Raiders let him go, and I was like, that is amazing. Get him out of here, because before that, he was very good. He had very good performances against the Broncos. Happy he worked out for you guys. I was just happy that the entire running back market last year improved. Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley all left their teams, went to better situations, and they all performed. So I love it.
You can also say the same thing with Xavier McKinney, the safety that the Packers got. That
Yeah,
was one
he had
of
a
our
great
biggest
season.
needs. And then boom.
Yeah. And Josh Jacobs, another good dude. Like if you listen to him talk or learn anything about his story, just another guy he's hard to not root for.
Agreed. So we all know that you hate the Chiefs.
What about those Chiefs?
Not a secret. What?
What about the Chiefs?
I said we all know you hate the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, they're disgusting. They are.
Some of my fans will agree to that. I don't think we might have like a couple of Chiefs fans, but that's it.
Ban them. Kick them out.
Oh.
Ban them. Time them out.
Cassie, that's up to you. Cassie's a moderator. So that's up to
Cassie?
her. For that.
Boot him, please.
Cassie said big things are coming from Jordan Love next season.
Yeah, I think if he's healthy, he'll look a lot better.
Right. So you
also need a receiver to emerge as the guy.
Okay.
The guy.
Mecole Hardman. What were your thoughts about that move?
Where's Mecole Hardman now?
The Packers.
Where's he at?
The Packers, Green Bay.
I don't know. He feels like a player that's never been able to play up to his potential. I don't know if that's his fault or, whatever, but he feels like he'll be like a receiver 3 at best for you guys.
Okay.
Maybe in the return game.
Right.
Did Nixon say he doesn't want to return for you guys anymore?
That's
Is that
correct.
a thing?
Nixon did say that. Yep.
That's probably why Hardman's there, right?
Also from the Raiders.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I forget that.
That. I mean, with Christian Watson's ACL injury, too, it's like, who's Jaden Reed? Tucker Kraft? It's tough.
Yeah, Kraft's good. That's a solid pickup.
Dontavian Wicks. Yeah, that's another one.
Wicks, yeah. John Wicks.
Dontavian.
Tucker Kraft, because you guys drafted
Luke Musgrave.
Was Kraft the same draft, just later, or?
So, yes.
Okay.
Musgrave was first and then Kraft, yep.
Yeah.
In the third
that happens a lot with tight ends.
Okay.
I feel like I don't know. Is that what the Ravens have done? They've drafted like 2 tight ends in multiple drafts, and it's always the second tight end kind of emerges as the better player.
Yeah. And it's funny because my friend Draft Utopia actually graded Tucker Kraft better than Luke Musgrave before even like number just came out. It's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like the Broncos might take a tight end in this draft. That they signed Evan Ingram, so I doubt they do it, at pick 20. But hopefully we find a Kraft type. I like Tucker Kraft. I think he's really good.
That's Cassie's favorite player, so you will not get it from her. I can tell you that. She got his jersey already.
Yeah, he does have the juice, Cassie. I see that. Kraft has the juice.
Okay. So what position do you want the Broncos to take in round 1?
Running back.
Is there one that you're looking at in particular?
Well, I think like the guy that's been most mocked there is Omarion Hampton.
Okay.
I feel like he's going to be gone by that time now.
Okay.
As much as I love the running backs getting the love and the respect again this last football season, I think it's made their value higher in this draft. So I feel like you've got Ashton Genty. He could go top 5. Certainly not going to make it out of the top 10. Right. I think Sean Payton is a fan of Ashton Genty. I don't think they're going to trade up to get him. So they're hopefully banking on a guy like Omarion Hampton being there at 20. If he's not there at 20, the other guy is Travion Henderson, that I feel like is mocked to them quite a bit, or that everybody is saying is like the best fit. And he and Judkins, they split time, at Ohio. So it's hard to say like it's hard to look at their production and see them as a top of the second round, or even people like if the Broncos trade back and then take Henderson, but running back would make me happy because it is a need. And I think we just saw how important it is. I think to be consistently really good. And when your pass game's not working or you want to control the clock, like you want to just have a good running back. So I like Hampton. I like Henderson. There's other guys too. Like if they take a running back second, third round, I'll be happy with because it's a deep class. And we did a video about him. So I feel like I know a little bit about a bunch of these running backs.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned running back because I think Packers are going to focus on defense round 1 this year. I'm not fixed on a position yet, is the thing.
Edge? You guys need edge?
We do, but I'm like more looking at linebacker kind of because this is the last season for Coy Walker because they're up on a 5th-year option this year.
Yeah. You guys are going to need a linebacker to fall.
Do you want to hurt me?
Yeah. Well, I think like a lot of people don't think this linebacker class is super deep, right? So either if a good linebacker's there, like one of the top linebackers is there for you guys, when you pick.
I definitely have a name in mind, but.
Well, who are you hoping for?
Jameer Augustine.
Oh,
he's like a White Walker, Edgerrin Cooper type of player.
Cool.
And I'm not being biased. I did interview him though, too.
Oh, well, that helps. That helps a lot.
I mean, 3 articles were written about him after my episode, so I don't know.
I mean, I interviewed Brandon McManus a long time ago, and I still root for him as your kicker.
Okay, so good mentioning. Brandon McManus, what were your thoughts about him when he joined the Packers? Were you confused? Were you excited?
No, I think he's a good kicker. Obviously, he worked out for you guys.
Right.
He had the weird accusations on the plane ride thing, and I don't know, like, the NFL looked at it and
exactly, it's like
they didn't come to any like conclusions about anything happening, and it's so hard. I think like in the social media world and the news world, it's so hard to try and form an educated opinion on some of these stories. And obviously, like if anybody says something like that happened, you want to believe them. You also want to give due process to, somebody accused of something. And so I think that whole story just made, where he was at in his career is a weird spot. He's an older kicker, but you can play for a long time as a kicker. So
that's why I was just wondering because you mentioned his name. So I was like, I know a lot of people were upset about that pick at the time because of all the offseason, which I get it. But it's like you said, like you never know if it's true.
It's hard to gauge. Like if it is true, then you don't want him on your team. But if it's not, or if the story's been changed, or I don't know.
Did you hear the Justin Tucker thing?
Well, yeah.
Did you see that they might draft a kicker? Like I saw that and I'm like,
they might have to. Yeah, his accusations are, I think, more serious, and there's more of them, and they're similar to the Deshaun Watson situation.
Deshaun Watson is another one. If you guys do not know what happened to Deshaun Watson or
you don't want to be compared to Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, no.
As a player anymore, or based off off-field things, because he's terrible when he's on the field too.
Okay, yeah, that's true. If you guys do not know what happened to them, just look it up. I'm not even going to mention it here. Russell Wilson was a former Bronco. What are your thoughts about going to the Giants?
I hope it doesn't stop the Giants from taking a QB if they like one in this draft.
Okay.
I root for Russ.
Okay.
I think Broncos fans have a weird relationship with Russell Wilson. He came here with good intentions. We thought he was going to be good, and he just wasn't the right guy. Everything was bad in 2022. 2023, he played better, but,
Right.
He
because I know at a point you wanted Rodgers, too.
Yeah, well, that's how, that was, the first big Broncos are looking for a guy, trade rumors, and we thought we were going to trade for Aaron Rodgers before the 2022 NFL draft.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or 2020, was it 2022 or I can't even remember. And then I think it was a year later, it was Russell. So that was 2021 draft, I think.
Yep.
No, yes.
Anyways.
It's 2021. And then we got Russ in 2022. So that's what got us thinking, like, oh, they're gonna try and make a move for a guy. And it's hard. Like, I think if Aaron Rodgers doesn't get hurt, we're talking about him a little bit differently in terms of, you know, who he is on the field.
For sure.
I would have said, if we had our choice between Rodgers and Russ at the time, give me Aaron Rodgers 100%. But I was happy with Russ. I thought he was going to be good. I knew he had flaws in his game, but I didn't understand how bad they were.
So where do you think Rodgers goes? Do you think he retires or what?
I don't know. We might find out today. I think McAfee was teasing that they were going to have a big guest. So I don't know if that's Rodgers or not, but
yeah. But I feel like McAfee would say it though.
Maybe. Yeah, I think he would go on Pat's show to announce he's retiring, or
well,
I don't know. I don't think he knows what he wants to do. So he's holding us all.
I also heard rumors of the Vikings, like going back to the Favre group.
I know he talked to him. I don't think that's an option anymore, but hard to say with Rodgers.
Yeah, Cassie, if you see it before we do, please let us know. Break that. Really quick, Brandon, when Jordan Love got his contract signed, we were just finishing the show. So we announced that really quick. It just happened, and like the live stream broke like instantly. That we had breaking news with the Jordan Love contract. Okay. Speaking of quickly, like I mentioned, you're one of the 5 members. The one, it's Tom Grassi, Packer fan. Obviously, you guys know him. He's been on the show. Brandon Perna, Broncos fan. Scooter McGruder, Cowboys. Tree, Steelers, and then Vibe is the Giants, correct?
Yep.
So
that is. Sorry, what? That is correct. That's all the teams we do love.
Yikes. Okay. What is your favorite punishment out of all 5 of you guys?
Favorite punishment?
Right.
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, I mean, Tom having to sweat in that shampoo thing was pretty good.
Yeah.
5 having to do like the Giants boat painting while we're doing the show was pretty good because he did a really nice job on that.
Right.
We did one where Tree had to like run the whole time. That was funny. I don't like any of the punishments I've had to do. I still have to watch the Travis Kelce or the Hallmark Kelce movie.
Oh my god.
I got to find it and watch that still, but you know.
What about Scooter? Scooter has had some good ones though.
Yeah, you know, Scooter really half-assed it on the Scooter Elway punishment. Right. I was a little disappointed with that one.
Ooh.
I think he should have to redo it because he didn't put his heart into it. So it was super easy to do too. That's, you know, I'm gonna hold him accountable.
I will say my favorite of yours is the Jolene song that you had to do. That song was
the Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Shailene.
Yeah.
Shailene.
And then Trees would probably be the Chipotle. That one was pretty. Or no, the Burger King one.
Oh, yeah, the Burger King one. Yeah.
And then you just have had some good punishments. That is a fun fact. It's like you had to wear the belt, the Kansas City belt, didn't you? For one of them.
Oh yeah, I still have that thing. That's $700 wrestling belt.
Yikes!
Didn't love that one.
Scooter might be the Packer cheerleader outfit too.
Oh yeah, dude, I can't even remember half of them.
The funny thing is, okay, so what you guys don't, I don't think any of you guys know this actually. We actually have a clickbait bingo going on. Like if you guys play the wrong intro and stuff, like.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So we basically play clickbait bingo.
That's funny.
And it's like, we all of us got one time. Like.
What's mine? What's one of the things I do a lot that I don't realize?
Remember what yours was.
Okay.
But like all of them are, it's like Scooters is like the Pack or the Cowboys are the best team. It's like stuff like that.
That's Tom's an easy one.
Like, Tom's is like singing during the intro, stuff like that. Trees is waving the terrible towel.
Yeah.
Like everything that you guys can all get. I don't remember what yours was. It was something, but I don't remember what it was.
I'm gonna try and change it up so you never hit on mine again.
I mean, but like there's also like random stuff though too. It's like animals barking, like drinking alcohol, stuff like that too. So it's random stuff all the time.
I should just try and I'm gonna start talking about like a random NFL team every single time. I'm just gonna have all the information and news about the Tennessee Titans every week. Until
They're gonna be so confused.
Are you following the Titans?
They're gonna be so confused though. You should just see who would catch on. Like or Tom's might be Elmo. Tom's favorite punishment of mine might be Elmo too. When you guys
yeah. Did he have to do the whole show as Elmo?
Yeah.
Like the Elmo I don't like those punishments. I don't like when somebody has to be in a character the full time.
No.
I feel like it's funny for a little bit, and then I'm just like, oh, I want to move past this.
And now it's on YouTube to live.
Yeah, now it's there. Whole hour of this.
Exactly. Okay. So who inspired you to make your channel?
John Elway.
Oh, okay.
Roger Goodell. And every president of the United States that we've ever had.
Got it.
God bless America. I was working for other YouTubers way back in the day. So I was editing their videos, directing videos, and I've told this story a lot, but I got offered a job at Bleacher Report in like 2012.
Okay.
And I was in LA. It was in New York. I just couldn't wrap my head around the idea of moving to New York City to work on a show that aired like at 6 a.m. So I was going to have to be up at like 4 a.m. to produce it. And I was like, why don't I just do my own sports show? Because I felt like I could do sports and comedy and be good at that. I felt like I wasn't funny enough to just do a comedy YouTube channel, and I didn't know enough about sports to just be like a serious sports person. So I was like, split the difference. And we did a bunch of episodes that were just about, just general sports news topics. And then it wasn't until I kind of like dialed into the Broncos that I kind of found some success and just followed the path.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense because so the reason why I started this YouTube channel is Tom Grassi, Little Legend Tom. Like
nice. He inspired you.
He inspired me.
I think I inspire a lot of people to stop watching YouTube. So.
Stop. No, yes. Stop. No.
Like I loved sports until I found this idiot.
No, stop. It's actually funny. So one of my friends, Brian, he also lives in Florida with me, or like close to me. We kept mentioning your name. And he was the one that like kind of like told me to DM you.
Oh, nice. Brian, you're a smart man, my friend.
And he also is like a big fan of like Tom's trees.
I love
it's
Brian.
Funny because we were watching so when we watch so we go to a Packer bar in Naples, Florida called Oasis. We always play your guys' live streams.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you guys are actually ahead of us on the local TV.
Wow, very cool.
In Florida. So we watch your guys' reactions. So we know if one of you guys is mad, we'll be mad, basically.
Very good.
And
very good.
You guys knew that.
No. We've got our tentacles everywhere.
Apparently. So Brittany has a question for you. That is so cool and interesting. What are some other hobbies you like to do other than sports?
I have no hobbies anymore.
Whatever.
It's this right here. This is all I do. This try to be a good dad and husband. That's number one. I cherish the time when I'm not working with Jess and Carm. And honestly, I think my only hobby is like riding my bike and exercising.
There you go.
That's not a cool hobby to have, but I got a ride in yesterday outside with the nice weather. And I feel like if I had a lot of time and I was a little closer to the mountains, my hobby would be mountain biking. It's not currently mountain biking, but I would like for it to eventually be mountain biking.
Okay, let me just say the question didn't say cool hobbies. It just said hobbies in general. So
yeah,
you got it.
Yeah, I don't do anything like I try to just get away from sports when I'm done with it.
Yeah.
So I'll watch anything besides football or,
Right.
you know, I need to clean my house. Is that a hobby? I need to clean up my BS around here.
Brittany said that's very good and always cherish the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
It's the
cool.
most important thing.
Yeah.
I play some Barbies, you know, go to the park a lot. I'm very good at being ready to catch my daughter in case she falls off of some crazy thing she's climbing on at the park. My hobby is making sure she doesn't
Also,
fall off of stuff.
how cold was that outside thing with your guys' shirt off for Tom's charity? How cold was it?
I mean, the temperature was like 7 degrees, I think, that day. It was very cold, but it didn't feel that cold.
Really?
There wasn't much wind, you know, so it was,
Oh, yeah.
and I think like just the adrenaline of doing it with Tom. I didn't feel I could have stayed out there for a while, but it was definitely cold.
Yeah, I know. You wanted to the most too. And then
Yeah.
Tom was going in and out. No, I only mentioned that because a lot of us took screenshots of that, and I still have them, I think, on my phone.
Nice. Nice.
Just because you guys told us to, so we did it.
That's funny.
And we have it like with you wearing the Chiefs head and the Chiefs belt too.
Well, it's for a good cause, right? That's all that matters.
I mean, 1 million in 7 days.
Yeah.
You were a big
mild
part
discomfort.
You were a big part of that. I mean, he did the hot ones with you too. That was big.
Oh yeah, he was doing the hot ones. That was fun.
So would
I was
you
just eating some of these guys. Speaking of hot ones, those are pretty good.
There you go. So would you ever do a charity stream like that? I know you have in the past, but like not that long. But
Yeah, no way I would ever stream that long. If I streamed for 7 days, it better be $1 million for me, for my life. No, it comes down to like, you know, I can't justify a full week and not be there to help with the kiddo and you know with whatever Jess needs help with.
Yeah.
We've done the fundraisers for solving kids cancer.
Right.
I think we raised like over 40,000 for them last year.
That's amazing.
I want to keep doing it for them because they're a really cool charity. They're small, so like the money is really important to keeping them going. But I mean, I would like to find like a cool creative thing where we could, you know, if it was for a day or something like that, I would definitely, you know, be willing to consider that.
I was
Tom's a different level of crazy. That's all it is. He doesn't care about his personal well-being, so he'll tough it out for that stuff. It's crazy.
I mean, after hurting his back in Buffalo too, like, and then he continued 30 and 30, and I'm like, Tom, stop. I don't know how he continued that.
He needs to learn to jump through tables more effectively.
Or not jump on gravel too.
Yeah, don't jump on gravel, Tom.
Okay. Who would you like? Oh, this is a stupid question though, that you just said the answer pretty much. Who would you like for a running back for the Broncos? I know you pretty much already said it. Yeah,
I mean, Hampton would be cool. I think Travion Henderson would be cool. The other guys I like. Here, let me bring up my list here. Where are you? There we go. I like Cam Scatterbo. Now I know he's kind of divisive because people think he's slow. He's a fun back. Caleb Johnson from Iowa is another interesting running back. And then Devin Neal out of Kansas. Where's my guy? Tootin. Where's Tootin at? I think he's an interesting running back. Bashil Tootin, he had fumbling issues. That's like his big knock, but he's pretty explosive.
Right.
And if they trade up for Genty, just to like...
Would you be mad?
No, not at all. I don't know if you should trade up. I think like the difference between Genty and Omari and Hampton and some of these other guys pretty close.
Okay.
But I'm all about like an interesting move. So if they trade it up for him, yeah, I would love to make videos about that. So
I will say, I think the only thing that Packers would be mad at is if we draft a quarterback wrong one. Like this
you draft Love's replacement.
Don't even say that.
It's time.
Or kicker. Like, people will be super mad.
Yeah, I don't think they'll
And
go
I'm not
kicker.
ready for it.
I don't think they'll go kicker.
If you're wondering, that was from a Jaguars fan. See, there is some out there. Some. Not a lot, but some.
They're out there, Duval. You're out
hiding.
there, Duval.
They're just hiding. And it's funny because that one's from Louisiana, too. Out of everything.
See, fans are all over the place. You never know.
Right. You never know, like, where they come from. And, like, over the country. Okay. You might have not have noticed this, but were you as happy as when Tom won Fan of the Year in 2023?
Was I what? Happy?
Were you like as excited as you were on the live stream?
Yeah, I was very excited for Tom. I knew about it for a while though.
What?
I had the secret, and I kept it too. I kept it.
Good job, Bruno.
I think.
Good job.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, we didn't. Obviously, he didn't know who was like that. He had actually won it until, you know, that week or like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that week, man. I forget.
Yeah,
it was
that's
cool,
what he said when he was on us.
When he told me he was nominated for it, I was like, "You're gonna win." Like there was never a doubt he was going to win that.
Okay.
And I know it meant a lot to Tom.
Right.
So that's why I was definitely very excited for him. So yeah, doing the live stream while he was getting it, it was a lot of fun. And like that's what's cool about all of us in this space. I think we all root for each other and support each other.
Right.
And all of us are kind of on different trajectories and do slightly different things. And I think knowing you have the guys rooting for you and helping you along the way is like it's really big in keeping you motivated and keeping you going. So yeah, definitely. That was a very cool moment. And just like I'm excited he's going to be at the draft this week and
next week.
I'm stupid that you guys get a draft before we get one here in Denver.
I mean, it's the first one ever and it's the year that Mark Murphy retires. It's special.
I don't care about Mark Murphy retiring. Bring the draft here to Denver. I think Denver will get a draft now that we have Walmart money. And they're like, I think the way the ownership's functioning, it's impressing the other owners. Like they're earning their respect. Okay, so I think we'll get a draft here at some point.
I mean, next it's Pittsburgh. So yeah, we'll never get a Super Bowl. That is true, Cassie. Good job.
Oh, the Steelers get the next draft?
Yep.
Wow. So Tree better be there.
Cassie just made a good point. There was no real competition after 30 and 30. Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't know. It's like, what did anybody else do that was more impressive than that?
I don't think anything like impressive. No.
Yeah, that's going out. That's going above and beyond.
Like Cassie said, we'll never get a Super Bowl, so at least they can do it. All they can do is get us the draft. That's true.
As a Packers, like to host a Super Bowl,
we will never host it.
Yeah, nobody's going to want to play in Green Bay.
Hey,
nobody wants to play in a -3-degree Super Bowl. That's why.
But please, we had the Ice Bowl though, so
yeah, which was cool. 50 years ago or whenever it happened.
Fine.
I mean, the Broncos had to play in New York and it was cold, and we got destroyed by the Seahawks. I'm not blaming the weather, but if you got a finesse offense, you do not want to be playing outside.
Okay, so Cassie said she would ask your dream running back. But she thinks everyone answered is Saquon Barkley. Is that true?
Barry Sanders. I think he's the greatest running back ever. Barry. I love Saquon. I would have said Derrick Henry over Saquon.
Yeah, me too.
Last year or the beginning of last year.
McCaffrey too.
But I think Saquon showed us like you can be an incredibly talented running back, but if you're in a bad situation, it's really just gonna limit what you can do. And I think that's what makes Barry Sanders so special. Like he did everything. He accomplished all of that as a member of the Lions back when the Lions were just historically bad. So I think Barry's the greatest. Terrell Davis, number 2 in my eyes. People forget how good he was, but
I mean, you could argue like Christian McCaffrey too.
Yeah, McCaffrey was insane. He's just on the back end of his career.
Right.
Derrick Henry's defying Father Time. If he has like another insane season, that'll be cool. Okay. Like if Derrick Henry has another like 1,500-yard season, it will be awesome to see. So
who's your favorite quarterback, not naming Russell Wilson, that is currently playing, or Bo Nix that is currently playing?
Yeah, Bo Nix, number one right now. Favorite quarterback right now? Josh Allen.
Bo Nix.
Josh Allen.
Okay.
I think I like Josh Allen more than Bo Nix.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I will root for Bo over Josh Allen. If Josh Allen, he's dead to me. Josh Allen's my favorite quarterback to watch.
Okay.
And I think you have Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow. They're your like top 4 guys. I just have the most fun watching Josh. Maybe I'd grade Patrick Mahomes a little differently if he weren't playing for the Chiefs.
Right.
But I've never seen Patrick Mahomes hurdle anybody, and I've seen Josh Allen do that.
Yeah, that's funny that you say that, because after the Packers were kicked out of playoffs, I was a diehard Bills fan.
Yeah.
Bills are my top AFC team. It's like,
I love the Bills.
I'm like, Bills.
I root for Goff. I root for Jared Goff.
Ugh,
he's just not in the same tier as those guys, but he's fun. Like he's very good, and he's another example of like he went to a better situation for him. Right. Eventually, it turned into that, and he's playing at the same level we thought he could not get back to, because we're like, oh, Sean McVay made him. It turns out he was also pretty good. So
yeah, it's gonna be hard to watch the Lions this year.
As a Packers fan, I get that.
No, well, with their 2 coaches is what I mean. Like their offensive coach and the defensive coach is not them over there. So that's gonna be interesting.
You guys better watch out for the Bears. Bears are they're coming for you.
No.
I hope Ben Johnson's good. I'm rooting for Ben Johnson.
Oh, you just want to make Tom and I mad.
Yeah, I do want to drive Tom crazy.
Oh, well, I don't know if Tom wants that for him though.
And if JJ McCarthy's really good, whoo!
Thank you, Nick. Save me.
Woo.
This is someone that wrote an article about Tom Brandon.
We'll
Another
see.
Packers fan.
I know history's not on the Bears side.
Another Packers fan.
Yeah, I mean that checks out.
All the chat is like Packer fans right now. I love it. Okay, this one's from AI actually, and so you're not on famous birthdays. I already checked, but Tom is. Get that together, Brandon. Come on.
I know. I got to do better. I need to do better.
You do. Come on. Okay. You built a significant following. What advice would you give to someone who's looking to create engaging sports content online?
Oh, that is a good question. And I get that one
really?
quite a bit.
Okay.
Like my best advice is if you really want to do it, one, just start making your videos or whatever it is. You just have to do it. Like, don't overthink it. Don't think you need to obtain certain levels of equipment or certain things. Almost every computer has a camera built in. Just make sure your audio sounds good. Just do your own research of like, if you're looking for equipment, like there's so much information out there. If you really want to do it, you'll research that stuff yourself. You'll identify the things you need to make a video or whatever it is, and then just do it. Right. Know that the first videos you do are probably going to suck. That's okay.
No, yeah.
Nobody's going to watch your worst videos. Figure out your voice. Figure out what you're good at, and make sure you enjoy the process. Like if you think you want to do it and then you make a few videos and you're like, oh, this is a chore, this is a task, I don't enjoy the challenge of it, then it's probably not for you.
Right.
Do it, then and if you like it, keep doing. Stay consistent. Try to get better with every video. And it's a long game. Like like all of us in the space who are doing well right now, like there's years and years of us sucking before that. Yeah. So embrace being terrible at it is the other part of that.
I appreciate you saying that because like you said, so we started with the urinating Shree was our first ever guest. our first ever one was urinating retrieve right off the bat.
Solid guest.
And then we had ESPN Southwest Florida right after that, pretty much.
Nice.
Brittany said most definitely always have fun and keep trying.
You got to have fun with it. You got to enjoy it. I think some people think they would enjoy it, and then they do it and like, oh, this isn't as fun as I thought.
Oh yeah.
And you got to be honest with yourself about that. Like, and it's like, what you also have to ask, like, what's your goal? Like, is doing this going to be a hobby for you? Something, you spend an extra day of your normal work week doing, and like, or are you trying to turn it into something you want to do for a living? Because those are two different approaches, and it takes a while to get into a spot where like it can turn into that opportunity, but it can be done. So
yeah, it's like you never know like who you would run into or anything. And that's why like I try to DM everyone that I possibly can, because you never know who's going to say yes. You never know who's going to say no.
Yes.
It's like
I still DM people to like come on and just get ignored. Yeah. Or get ignored or rejected or,
And so far, no one has ignored us.
Nice. Yeah. I think like, you want to try and be available for other people in the space who are trying to do it. And sometimes it's like, it's just a matter of time. It's like fitting it in the schedule. But like, if I can help anybody along the way who's passionate about doing this, like I definitely want to do that. Because all of us remember like how hard it is and like the grind of it.
And you definitely grind. That's why I asked you if like when you would be available, because that's how we normally do it, is based on our guest schedule, because you never know. It's like we're not based on our schedule, we're based on guest schedule. And I'm so sorry about that mishap that we had.
It's all right. What Thursday, Tuesday, whatever day. Those are the 2 days I usually have the most flexibility. So it was good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess. Well, because you do not do a show on Tuesdays, so that makes sense. Well,
yeah, we got GPS 3 days. We have clickbait on Thursdays, but that's hit or miss whether we'll actually get to the show.
No, trust me, I know about that. Trust me.
And I try to get videos up Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays or Saturdays pretty consistently. So like those days are just pretty stacked.
It's funny because whenever you guys don't do a clickbait like video or something, Trey usually DMs me. He's DM'd me like a couple of times, like, "Hey, we're not going live." So I get the scoop first of when you guys don't tweet it out. Actually,
never. Some days we decide like 30 minutes before the show.
Really?
Yeah, like, are we doing a show?
Yeah.
I'm out of town. I'm sick. Okay, no show this week.
Wait, how was your trip, by the way?
It's good. Just been doing small trips to the mountains, but it's nice to detach.
It's good.
Get back in touch with reality.
What is your favorite moment of being a Broncos fan? Not naming the Super Bowl win against the Packers.
Well, that would be the first one.
Exactly. That's why I said that.
Yeah, I think Jess and I were at the Broncos Patriots game in 2015. It was very cold. It was too cold. It was not fun because of the weather, but the game was awesome. We went into overtime against New England. Brock Osweiler throws a little screen pass, I believe, to CJ Anderson, and they had the walk-off touchdown in overtime. And that was the year they went on to win the Super Bowl. But being at that game, it was pretty electric when we won. And beating Tom Brady was also always like a great pleasure. So to witness that live, that's it was pretty cool.
Okay. This is from Cassie. I told people to ask you questions. So these are from my people.
Awesome.
Your content blends sports analysis with humor. How do you effectively balance these, or does it come naturally?
I'd like to say it comes naturally. But I think it's just kind of learning, like, you got to have a lot of good actual information first, and then you can put the humor in second. And I think early on it was kind of vice versa. And sports is a weird spot where people appreciate the humor, but if they're not getting anything else from the video, it's not gonna last. So, you know, Will and I are in a pretty good cadence with writing our scripts. If he takes the lead on a script, then I'll come in and add as much of the humor as possible. If I take the lead on the script, I'm like, Will, go in and try to make that more funny. And that's kind of the way we do it. So as long as you have good information, you know, you can add whatever. And you don't want to detract from your main story or point. Like, you can take people down tangents.
Yeah.
But in a video, like, you got to be concise with it. If it's Tom and I on a live stream, we can go down a tangent and be ridiculous for a while, but we're talking for an hour.
You guys can.
Yeah. So, you know, there's two different, I think, sets of rules. Like, is it a video that it's supposed to be 14 to, well, now it's like 20 minutes, but are you on an hour live stream where you're BSing? So,
right. And there's a second. Also, is it ever challenging to come up with ideas, and how do you overcome this?
Yeah, it can be. I think, I mean, I have a list of like 100 video ideas.
Oh, wow.
And it's more like trying to find the right time to do certain videos.
Yeah.
There's always news stories, and I think this off season there's been a lack of like exciting NFL news stories. It's the biggest challenge, just trying to find the right video at the right time. Sometimes during football season, no. I wish there was less to talk about from, you know, September to February, but yeah, you just try to find interesting topics that you haven't done. And
and I like how you say that, because we've been noticing we actually don't do a lot of videos. Our main focus is interviews, like from you to Tom to like Tree, like how their sports is going, like. And I only
find what you're good at and lean into that.
Yeah, and it's like, so one of the other people that we interviewed is the NFL tailgate from last year's draft tailgate. Like, we had them on the show, and they performed live, like the song that they performed there. And it's
that's pretty cool.
It's just a build up that I have from there, from like other friends of mine.
That's awesome.
We have one more question, and then there's a question in chat. Let me get this chat question first. Okay, Brandon, who's your two biggest draft crushes right now?
Ooh, good question. I think Omarion Hampton.
Right.
At 20. I like Colston Loveland a lot. Also because we thought the Broncos were going to need to draft a tight end. I don't know if they're going to need to draft a tight end that early now. We're working on a Tyler Shuck video. I would kind of say Tyler Shuck. I like his story a lot. It's really interesting. So I'm rooting for Cam Ward and Travis Hunter. I love Travis Hunter. These are not guys like the Broncos are going to get, but I think Travis Hunter's, what he did, wildly impressive. I hope wherever he lands, it's a good situation for him. But yeah.
And then the last question is, okay, my mom kind of wrote this one. Did you become a Broncos fan, and why, or did the Broncos choose you?
Yeah, I was just born into it. Everybody around, my mom was a big Broncos fan. My grandpa was a big Broncos fan. My dad was, but like, I don't think he actually cared about football as much as like my mom and my grandpa. He would get too angry if things weren't going well. And then, so I was always like, I was just a Broncos fan. I don't think I had a choice. But then I gravitated to football, and I liked playing it when I was young. So, and then, you know, when your team wins a Super Bowl and you're a young teen, like, I think it's ingrained.
Right.
And like one of my best friends and I, we were both big Broncos fans. So like we bonded together by being Broncos fans. I think so. Like those sort of things is what like actually makes you super loyal to a team, right? It's like your connections with other people around the game.
Yeah. Okay. here in Wisconsin, the Packers are like a religion. Is it the same with the Broncos in Colorado?
Yeah, it brings people together. Yeah, it's. Right. I think it's the best part of sports in general is you can see somebody in a Packers shirt and immediately be like, we root for the same thing. There's this commonality,
right?
And it's hard to find a commonality with strangers a lot of the times.
Right. No, yeah. It's like you never know who you run into.
Yeah, you don't know anything about them, but you see them in a shirt for the team you root for.
Right.
That's like an in to start like a friendship or just have a nice conversation with somebody for 5 minutes.
Or license plates is another way. It's like if I see like a Packer sticker, I'm like, go Pack Go. Like,
yeah, and if I see like a Chiefs bumper sticker, I know to rear end that person and then drive away.
Okay, be nice, but yeah.
Raiders sticker, boom. Patriots sticker, boom. I'll give a Chargers fan a pass for just admitting they're a Chargers fan. So.
Oh, okay. Do you have any questions for me? No.
Who do you think the Packers are going to draft?
Oh, dang it. Here's the thing.
Who do you think they're going to draft? Not who do you want?
No, I know. Here's the thing. It's like I actually don't study college football, so I'm not one of the biggest people to ask that.
What do you think the Packers' record's going to be next year? Better question then.
Okay. Well, based on the schedule, it's going to be tough because we play the Ravens, the Browns, and stuff like that at home.
I wouldn't worry about the Browns. Don't worry. No.
I mean, we play the Ravens. We play the Ravens, the Browns.
You got the NFC or the AFC North. I mean,
yeah, we have the Steelers. Possible Aaron Rodgers meet up again. It's gonna be tough. It's
10 wins. You think you get 10 wins?
Maybe.
I feel like they're 10-7, maybe 11-6, or 10 and what is it? Yeah, 10-7 now. God.
Yeah. But it's gonna be tough with the Bears, like you said. The Bears, the Vikings. Who knows about the Vikings?
Who scares you the most in the division?
Lions.
Okay.
I would say Lions, Bears, Vikings, just because it's JJ McCarthy's first year as a starter.
Yeah, he's an unknown right now.
Exactly.
X factor of his potential.
Right. Ooh, Nick. Maybe Denver could bring in Rodgers to coach up Pigs a bit.
No, we are not even sniffing that.
No. And then Brittany has a fun question for you. What are you guys most excited about next NFL season? Ooh.
Beating the Chiefs twice.
Okay, that's obvious.
The Chiefs is my answer.
I would say the more international games, like the Ireland game. Who's going to get that? It was rumored to be the Packers and Steelers, and now it's not.
Oh.
It's like, who's going to get that?
I thought the Steelers were locked in for that.
Right, but they were saying Steelers and Packers, but it's not now, apparently.
Interesting.
So it's like, who's going to get all the international games? That's something I'm like looking at.
That'll be fun.
Shouldn't that be announced soon? Speaking of that,
should be soon. Right. Well, the schedule's in May, so we'll know then.
Oh, true.
We'll know
and then. Also, shouldn't we get the list of like who's announcing draft picks soon too? Because
maybe
it's someone to announce it usually.
And, I never remember.
And do you think Tom should announce a draft pick? Is it finally time for him to announce a draft pick?
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. That would be awesome.
Okay. What are your final thoughts, Perna?
I have none.
Whatever, stop.
I have no more thoughts.
Whatever, stop.
I have no more thoughts. I'm in this weird zone where I'm just ready for the draft to happen, so we can just talk about what happened versus what we might think happened.
Exactly. It's like, it's gonna be
that drives me nuts. The week before the draft, I'm like, I'm just done guessing. Just give me the actual information and we'll go from there.
Right. It's going to be exciting, but nerve-wracking. It's going to be exciting because I'm meeting like Cassie for the first time in person. We have never met in person, and yet she's a for my channel.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
I'm going to meet Tom for the third time.
That's a great. One of the coolest things about like doing all this stuff is making these connections and then actually meeting people in the real world and making those types of like friendships.
Like you said, like you never know who you're going to run into. It's crazy. Cassie said she hates all the mocks. Yikes. Yikes. Speaking of mocks, do you know if Tom is doing the Night of a Million mocks this year?
I don't know.
Well, I'm assuming he won't be because he might be at Lambeau by now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He'll be in Green Bay, but
right.
if there's anybody who'll find a way to do it, it's Tom.
Right.
Never count him out for making a video.
True. Well, live stream, you mean? It's usually a live stream for that.
Yeah.
Watch him like give you guys a quarterback just because you said you guys don't want.
I'll out mock his mock draft.
Oh, are you actually going to do that if he does it?
No.
Oh, that would have been funny though. Come on, Perna.
No, we'll do our weird mock draft today on Clickbait.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, Brandon, there's a question. What's up with the underdog? They see the sign. The underdog. Other side. Yeah, right there. They want to know what's up with.
That's one of my sponsors.
Yeah.
That's one of my sponsors. I've been working with Underdog. This is season 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I got to get 312 more signups. That's my goal. I don't want anybody to play irresponsibly. Only do it if you can afford it.
Don't do how you do it is what you're saying?
Well, I don't go crazy. I make bad picks. Make better picks.
So do the opposite of what you do is what you're saying. Got it.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was fun.
I'm excited to see Tom's reaction.
Yeah, and have fun at the draft. Enjoy it.
I will definitely record his reaction to that, and I will send it to you. It's going to be
awesome.
Exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. What do you have coming out next?
We got Clickbait today, and then we'll have our Tyler Shuck video tomorrow.
Is that the draft prospect that you want?
Yeah, it's like he's a quarterback that I didn't know anything about, and now he's a fringe first rounder out of nowhere. So the story's wild. But yeah, check out that video. It's really good. Will did a great job writing it. Johnny Barks is editing it right now.
Johnny.
So it's gonna be. I think it's one of our better videos this month on the draft profile. So
can you say where people can find you again in case people haven't seen that video?
The Yellow Pages.
Okay, whatever. I meant your YouTube channel.
That's Good Sports.
And I will send everyone to you.
I'm on AOL.
Okay. I will send everyone
Ask Jeeves.
I will send everyone to subscribe to you.
Hell yeah.
And we're known for rating people as well, like Tom.
Nice.
We're known.
And make sure you subscribe to the Mac and Cheese podcast here on YouTube.
Perna. We appreciate that.
Of course.
Okay. I actually don't have a lot of content coming up next because of the draft. Only one that I will be doing is I will be hopping on a podcast actually next week.
Nice.
To show his audience what it's like in the draft.
Cool.
Because he's live streaming it next year.
Smart.
I'm live streaming it next year, and then he's going to show me what it looks like. Basically, what I'm experiencing in Pittsburgh. So it's going to be a little upset.
Yeah, the draft is long. That's all I know about
I'm aware of it. I'm excited for it. Okay, with that. Brandon, my comments are so nice to you. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. And now we can find out about Rogers, who is coming on McAfee. It's confirmed.
Oh, there we go.
I better get ready for a Aaron Rodgers video.
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah, if he makes some news today.
Brandon, we would love for you to come back on.
Yeah, I would love to come back. So,
Cassie, I think we should do a spontaneous live stream today. What do you think? I might do it. You might have talked me into it, Brandon. I don't
do
like
it.
This.
Do it.
Fine. Okay. Thank you so much for coming on.
Of course.
Just let me know when you want to come back on.
Sounds good. I'll see you later.
Bye. Thank you. Cassie, what do you think? Do we hop on one more time? Cassie? You can text me. I'm going to play the intro, outro, guys. But I might hop on a little bit later. Bye, guys.